Numbers chapter 5. Some camp rules. God spoke to Moses, command the people of Israel to ban from camp anyone who has an infectious skin disease, anyone who has discharge, and anyone who is residually unclean from contact with a dead body. Ban males and female alike. Send them outside the camp so that they won't defile their camp and the place I live among them. The people of Israel did this, banning them from camp. They did exactly what God had commanded through Moses. God spoke to Moses, tell the people of Israel when a man or a woman commits any sin, the person has broken trust with God, is guilty, and must confess their sins. Full confession plus 20% must be made to whoever was wronged. If the wronged person has no close relatives who can receive the compensation belongs to God and must be given to the priest, along with the ram by which the atonement is made. All the sacred offerings that the people of Israel bring to a priest belong to the priest. Each person's sacred offering are his own, but what one gives to the priest stays with the priest. God spoke to Moses, tell the people of Israel, say a man's wife goes off and has an affair, is unfaithful to him by sleeping with another man. Her husband knows nothing about it, even though she has defiled herself. And then, even though there was no witness and she wasn't caught in the act, feelings of jealousy come over the husband, and he suspects that his wife is impure, even if she's innocent, and his jealousy and suspicions are groundless. He is to take his wife to the priest. He must also take an offering of 2 quarts of barley flour for her. He is to pour no oil or mix incense with it, because it's a grain offering for jealousy, a grain offering for bringing the guilt out into the open. 16 through 22. The priest then is to take her and have her stand in the presence of God. He is to take some holy water in a pottery jar and put some dust from the floor of the dwelling in the water. After the priest has her stand in the presence of God. He is to uncover her hair and place the exposure offering in her hands, the grain offering for jealousy, while he holds the bitter water that delivers a curse. Then the priest will put a woman under oath and say, if no man has slept with you, and you have not had an adulterous affair and become impure while you are married to your husband, may this bitter water that delivers a curse not harm you. But if you had an affair while married to your husband and have defiled yourself by sleeping with another man than your husband, here the priest puts the woman under the curse. May God curse your people to curse and receive you when he makes your womb shrivel and your belly swell. Let this water that delivers a curse into your body so that your belly swells and the womb shrivels. The women shall say, Amen, Amen. The priest is to write these curses on a scroll and then wash the words off into the bitter water. He is to give the women the bitter water. That delivers a curse. This water will enter her body and cause acute pain. The priest then is to take from her hands and handle of the great grain offering for jealousy. Wave it before God and bring it to the altar. The priest then take it a handful of grain offering, using it to as an exposure offering, and burn it on the altar. After this he is to make sure the drinking water, if she has defiled herself in being unfaithful to her husband when she drinks her water. that delivers a curse. It will enter her body and cause acute pain. Her belly will swell and her womb will shrivel. She will be cursed among her people. But if she is not defiled herself and is innocent of impurity, her name will be cleared so that she will be able to have children. This is the law of jealousy in the case of where a woman goes off and his and affairs, defies herself while married to her husband, or a husband is tormented with feelings of jealousy because he suspects his wife the priest is to have her stand in the presence of God and go through the entire procedure with her. The husband will be cleared of what wronged, but the women will pay for her wrong. Thank you for listening to this chapter. I know it was quite long, but thank you again.